to the first installment of the Road to 2000 ELO series. I'm excited to do the series, and first disclaimer, I'd like to apologize if my speech is a little messed up or possibly even slurred just a little bit, just because I just got my Invisalign. I've only had them for about a couple days and I already want to rip them out of my mouth, but we're going to continue. So basically how I'm going to structure this though is I want to play one single 10-minute game, which will be followed by a review session. So I'll go into the game review, we'll kind of talk about the game, discuss, what I could have done better and what I did do good, and just the ins and outs of that. And then finally, or not finally, I'm sorry, we'll be doing the puzzles next. Maybe about a few puzzles just to make sure that I'm still sharp on my feet, to get if there are any viewers out there who are engaged by puzzles, who just want to see that, and I kind of talk through the puzzles as well. And then finally, I'll do about 2 to 3 bullet games just so that I can still get some more chess in without wasting too much time getting the blood kind of flowing. And let's say I'm not just feeling at the top of my chess game, you can flag people in bullets. So, that's kind of what it's all about, trying new things, having fun, being quick on the draw, and just switching things up. So that is going to be the agenda for how these episodes are going to go. And let's begin with episode 1. And as you can see, we're not starting from scratch. I'm at 1715 ELO. Right, I'm playing a 1727 rated player. They are playing white, and they've started with the d4 queen's pawn. I won't be going too in depth with how I am going to play. I'm going to kind of just play and talk a little bit, but we'll review more afterwards. Immediately, he's with a queen's gambit. Bring this pawn up. Develop the bishop. Next, prepare for that bishop to come out on this diagonal. Okay, that can't be right. Oh, I'm taking towards the center. Now I need to figure out, how is this guy playing? I don't just want to try to play in a way where it's like, let me just make moves that feel right. I need to play in a specific way that counteracts him. He's blocked in that bishop. He's got some ways to go with this bishop, but where in his position does it are cracks? Yes, but I already want to develop my knight. What do I want from this position? I want to start moving my knight in. Develop it on the normal square. Yes. So I'm looking to kick the bishop next. Okay. If I play bishop d6, he can then kick Not yet, but he has threats to kick. If my bishop moves back, he'll fork my pieces right there. Not there, but there. Something here. Let's just play a waiting move. I guess it's not a waiting move, but I don't know. I mean, I was expecting this, but I couldn't find anything fast enough that I wanted to do. Maybe that works, because yeah, he has to take. Nah, I just kind of lose a pawn there, so I'm not feeling too great about that one. Right, I was expecting that move, but I get a little bit more play. Because I don't have to take like that. Huh. It made him go there. Stop my knight, but why? I feel like I can go for the center now. Actually, like this move. He's tried to offer me a draw. I don't know why. I'm running really low on time. Grab the pawn. Alright, I'm just barely okay. I think I got him. I think I got him. Cause yeah, if I take the queen, but the bishop is pinned. Okay. Oh, good sacrifice. I didn't get him yet. Oh my god, good sacrifice. I can't play that move either. I gotta hide behind the pawns. If I can get his other pawn somehow, like he messes up or something. Gotta go here. Good thing is his rook is kind of trapped though. Yeah, like his rook isn't gonna get any checks off on me, so I'll take that. Got him. I got him. I got him. I got the draw. I got the stalemate. I got the stalemate. I'm not upset at that game at all. Oh my God, how did I pull out a draw in that position? How did I pull out a draw in that position? That's why I knew I had to put my rook on that ring because I was like, I need to plan for some kind of check coming up soon. But oh my God, where did I screw up?
The
Is the
game ended
question.
evenly, but you had some nice moves.
That's what I want to find out where I screwed up at.
Grabbing space in the center, and now their dark squared bishop is ready to. Nice first move.
Okay, I'm muted. Nice first move. Development space to the center. Yep, this is the Slav. I know this is the Slav where you move to c6. It looks basically just like the Carl Khan, but instead of your opponent starting with e4 and then playing any type of variation such as like d4 and like maybe pushing up the knight, any of these knights, they go ahead and push up the c4 pawn, which is now the Queen's Gambit. And it's a gambit because when they push up that pawn, it's essentially a free. Let me see, show the quotes. A free pawn, but it's not really a free pawn because if I take it, there's various opportunities for you to easily win it back and win space in the center. But okay, we're playing book moves so far. Develop the knights to the center to attack. Okay, this move I'm a little bit iffy on sometimes because you don't know where you want to put your bishops. Like sometimes I want to put my bishop here to pin the knight, or sometimes I just want to make a small waiting move with the bishop right there. But this is all book, so I'm doing well so far. Book. He takes, he takes. Ah, whoa. The best move is for me to bring my knight back, but I don't think that's reasonable because typically you want to develop your pieces and all that types of stuff. But um, I wonder how they feel about this move. Okay, they don't hate this move. This move would have been better. I was debating this move, but they really just don't like that move, I guess. Right, he comes in there, reasonable. He takes. Okay, that's where he lost his advantage a little bit, I guess. Less pressure. They don't hate my bishop move. Okay, all good stuff. Okay, so here I have a .7 advantage, and apparently slowly I start. And here now I have a .8 advantage. I just couldn't figure out how to move forward in this position. That was my biggest issue. They hate that move. They wanted this pawn break. And honestly, that makes sense because, and I don't even take with the bishop. Oh no, I can't take with the bishop there. That honestly makes sense though. I think I see why they would rather me push with this pawn as opposed with this pawn. Probably just to maintain space in the center. Oh yeah, and then my pawn chains they mentioned. So if they take here, I no longer have like these all like all these connected pawns, even if they take over here. But if they take over here, my pawn chain is ruined. I got more pawn islands. Okay, so yeah, takes. This push they didn't like. I missed the move here. I play this. Oh, I guess I go. Does this just give me a chance to get my rook involved? I don't understand how that's much better than what I did. Oh, maybe because he's playing the wrong moves though. Maybe this pawn is a liability now. It's too far. Maybe it's overextended. Right, trade in. Wow, that's a miss on him too now. It's a miss on me. I looked at this move. I did not like to play a move that hurt my own position. I wasn't comfortable with playing a move that was going to open up my king. Just turn off nightlight. Take. Okay. Even here, I'm winning. If I go back. So what I need to get better at is playing backwards moving moves. A lot of my issues are, I guess, I don't feel like I need to go backwards, so I don't. They like if I play bishop back. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Great move. Funny thing is, when he played this move, I didn't even see that the rook was hanging. I was too focused on enacting my own plan. Ah, I was too focused on enacting my own plan. I skipped some stuff. I probably could have taken. They don't hate that move though. I was supposed to take here, lose my queen, take back. He goes here. He tries to go here. Do I take the pawn? I'm just winning. I looked at this move too, but I did not think I'd be winning with this position. I was like, I can't give up the queen, so I'm going to go here. And I'm going to just plug the hole, which they don't hate that either. I'm still up 2.9. Where did it go wrong? Here's where it was. Oh. I didn't think my tactic through well enough. He grabbed the pawn. I could have went up a pawn and attacked the rook if I went for the right pawn. But instead I went for this pawn, and I figured that after takes, I'd be winning because this bishop is pinned to this rook, but I'm attacking it twice. So we'd have to defend it. But it'd be really like, now he's kind of stuck and he has to waste some moves. And I figured I was up because I have two rooks for his one bishop. I was like, yes, that's good. But he found a great move, and I saw the pin. I saw the check earlier in the game too, somewhere around here with like some of the queen moves, like some of the earlier queen moves. Maybe it was right there. I saw that, and I was like, yeah, there's no way he can get out of it though. But now in this position, he can get out of it with the queen. I mean, the bishop check, sacrifice, and he gets an extra pawn for my rook. So he's winning. And he's winning by a good margin. I wonder if when I won, was that my only opportunity to win too? Let me trade that off. Turn around, I was annoying the entire time. Wow, and this is the one mistake he had. Wow. I'm proud of that game. I'm proud of that game. I guess some few takeaways for that game are to occasionally look for some backwards moves. I got hit with a tactic that involved a discovered check. Or no, not a discovered check. It was I need to remember the terms. It was a sacrifice. I think desperado is the term. Because he discovered attack. Discovered attack. It was a discovered attack because the bishop didn't check my king, which revealed the attack on my hanging rook. And it's okay to, I guess, move backwards depending on when. As you move higher levels in chess, you know you're taught to move forward. I was taught a lot to move forward with all types of media that I was consuming, to just, continue moving forward, continue advancing. Don't move backwards unless you necessarily need to. But I guess I need to start taking that into consideration a little bit more. And also be mindful of my pawn chains. Don't damage your pawn chains and your pawn structures for no reason. So make correct pawn breaks. Right, so now let's move on to the puzzles. Let's just run through a few puzzles now. Alright, solve some puzzles. And I'll just kind of do my thought process as I'm solving them too. Boom, work right there. So no-brainer is we got a pawn right here, we got a horse right here, some type of mate over here, but we obviously can't because of the rook. I'm thinking it's probably gotta be some kind of check too. So maybe we go here. If we check, the king has to go here. Is there something we could play that can force the king to do something? Yeah, if we play that. I didn't mean to play that first. If we play this, after we play this, because the king's here, if we play this, the king has no squares except here or here now. it goes here, that is mate. If he goes here, check. Can't go anywhere along here. Check. Can't go here. Oh yeah, that'd be a knight mate right there. So yeah, cool. Um, Easy. So yeah, we check the king. The king has one square there. We bring our rook back one. It now blocks these both files, and then I slide my rook over. There's some fascinating positions. I'm looking at obviously these squares. It's gonna be a check with like probably the bishop or the queen. That's what I'm looking at first. My only thought process for not doing this with the queen is because we want to get our bishop involved, and the queen is blocking both of these squares by itself. So if we bring the bishop in, the bishop will take out all of these squares for the king, and the king has to go there. But what after that? That's the question, huh? Oh, after that, I think I sack my queen because apparently I have a battery right here. That's why you gotta look at all your pieces on the board. You have a battery, so the king's only squares to go right there, right? The king will be right there. All these squares will be locked off. Uh, the knight traps his only escape square, so if I sacrifice right here, he takes. This rook is no longer. This rook is out of play right now, and then I just come in with that take right there. Brilliant. Right. Um. Well, obviously I'm looking at queen takes because that's hanging, and his only move would be like I don't know, rook probably back down. Did I take the rook? Is it that simple? All right, let's do a couple more, and then we'll play some bullet and call it a day. This is a check. That's why I'm looking at this immediately because it's forcing. It's forcing to do one of these moves right there, but I don't think that does anything for us. If I take here, he has to take there. There's no either like discovered, attacks with the knight or anything. He has to take there, which opens up the lines to his king, which I then this square, will be covered by the pawn. I think I slide my queen there, look to deliver checkmate right here, but he can no, because yeah, if the pawn's there, I slide my queen right there. He has to take my knight. But if he takes my knight, I could. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If I go to this far square, I've won. Okay. Yeah, they said I figured out the puzzle. Right, so we've got a couple checks inbound. So our first move is probably to play a check on the king. The only check on the king here that threatens something and makes him have to take and open himself up would be this one, because I'd also be threatening the rook promotion, rook take and promotion. So he'd have to take the king right there. Now we gotta figure out our follow-up. Is probably going to be that's the attack that we got hit with last game, where the bishop comes out from hiding, checks the king. It doesn't matter where the king goes. We just grab the free rook. All right, we'll do one more. Uh, oh, if I go here, this move serves two purposes. The first purpose is to attack this rook, and he has no immediate answer to that, so he's going to have to move his rook out of the way. But with him moving the rook out of the way, he wants to stay guarding this bishop, so he'll probably move it back here. And I know what you're thinking. Why can't he just keep guarding it with this rook? He's guarding by two rooks. The second purpose this move also has is with the bishop sliding up here, it blocks off the connection between this rook and this bishop over here with this in line. So it's no longer protected by this rook, so this is carrying the heavy load. And also, what you're thinking is, why can't I just move the rook anywhere else and protect the bishop on the next turn? Because the third purpose that this move serves is the bishop not only disconnects this rook, attacks this rook, it also opens up the discovered attack with this rook. So with all that happening, his rook has to go there. That's the only square his rook can go. And again, last game we got hit with all these different types of discovered attacks through checks with the bishop. With this rook being cut off, there's no way for it to protect this bishop within less than two moves. It has to go at least like here. And even way, my bishop is still attacking. So it's just, there's no real easy way to defend this bishop. On the next move, when the rook moves back here, I slide my rook out right here, providing two different things attacking this bishop. And even if this bishop moves out of the way, like anywhere, like to protect this rook right here, I didn't use this rook to take that rook. The bishop could take back, but I'm going to take that bishop with the rook, and I'll be up two pieces no matter what, unless he decides to sacrifice his rook early on over here, and then I take with the pawn right there. Or just lose the bishop. Nice. All right. Now let's play some bullets. Play a few games of bullet, see how that goes. I won't be talking much during bullet, obviously, because it's too quick. I hate people like you. Take, of course. Should have known you weren't built like that. Dang, taking his time. Taking an awfully long time. I think that was a blunder. It looked like it was a good move, but I think it was a blunder all in all. Watch back rank. Watch back rank, both of us. Watch back rank. Oh, I can flag him. Oh, he timed out. He timed out. English. Reverse Sicilian. Anglo-Dutch. His Dutch is done for. One move. Messed up, buddy. Messed up, buddy. Oh, got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. One more game. I just keep getting white. Ouch. No! Oh! Yo, he can sacrifice his queen at any time. I sacrificed my queen at the wrong time. Please. Yes. One more game. Theory. Alien Gambit. Oh. What? What kind of maniac plays that setup and doesn't play the Alien Gambit? You fraud. Oh, damn. Too much time, buddy. Give me that. Give me it. Come on now. It's too easy. Come on now. Man, it's too easy, man. Alright, bet. Cool. So that'll wrap this episode. I'm still at 1750 overall to end this first episode, but overall a really good game, a lot of great takeaways, and I had a lot of fun playing Bullet afterwards. And I'll see you on the next one.